The house at the end of the road. You know, there are some places in this world that just feel off. Places where the air hangs a little heavier, or shadows stretch a little longer than they should. At the end of a quiet road, hidden behind a veil of twisted black oak trees, there stood a house. And in that house, a woman lived alone. Her name was Ellen. On bitter nights like this one, Ellen would sit by the fire, book in hand, reading until her eyelids grew heavy enough for sleep. It was her routine, her comfort. But this night was different. As she settled into that familiar drowsiness, a sound pierced through the silence, a sound she wasn't accustomed to hearing these days. The telephone, ringing. She glanced at the clock. Who could be calling this late? Ellen rose from her chair, confusion washing over her face. She picked up the receiver. Hello? The voice on the other end was deep, cold, and what it said sent ice through her veins. I'm going to kill you. Her hand began to tremble. Who is this? Silence. Who is this? She demanded, trying to keep her voice steady. And then, click! The line went dead. Ellen's fingers fumbled as she dialed the police. An officer answered. She explained everything, her words tumbling out in a rush. The officer told her to wait. He would trace the call. The seconds felt like hours. Finally, he spoke. Ma'am? The call is coming from inside your house. Ellen's breath caught. That doesn't make sense. How could someone be inside my house? He probably broke in, the officer said simply. Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. There was a pause. Then the voice continued. And that's not everything. I'm not a police officer. Ellen's mind was reeling. You aren't? No, I'm the killer guy from before. I never actually hung up. But I heard a click. And then through the phone came the sound, a perfect click, made with his mouth. Like that? Ellen blinked. Wow, that's really good. Thanks. Now, you might think this is where Ellen would run, where she'd scream. But something strange was happening. Something neither of them expected. A conversation. So, are you really inside my house? Ellen asked. Yeah, totally. Where? The man's breathing grew heavier through the phone. I like your hair, he said. Ellen touched her hair instinctively. Wait, you can see me? Yes. Wait, you like my hair? It's really nice. Ellen glanced around the room. If you can see me, then what am I wearing? Looks like a blouse from Banana Republic and a skirt from Ann Taylor Loft. She looked down at her outfit. Wow, you really can see me. I can also see... Wait, what the hell is that? Douglas said, his voice suddenly different, afraid. What? There's a person, a ghost, hovering near you. Ellen rolled her eyes. It's sort of hard to trust you after the click thing. No, I'm serious, over by the couch. And that's when Ellen turned and gasped, because there, floating in the corner of her living room, translucent and pale, was a little boy, a dead boy, holding a kite. Oh my God, I knew this place was haunted. The ghost boy floated closer, his eyes hollow and sad. Play with me, he moaned. Oh my God, he can talk, Douglas shouted. Play with me, the ghost boy repeated. No thank you, Douglas yelled. The ghost boy looked at Ellen with ancient eyes. Who are you? Why are you in my house? Oh, I'm Ellen. I actually live in this house now. And the voice you're hearing on the phone is... I didn't get your name. It's, Douglas, the man said reluctantly. Douglas is hiding somewhere in here to kill me. Right, Douglas? Through the phone came a resigned sigh. That was the plan. The ghost boy looked between them. And you guys are scared of a kid with a kite? Jesus. A dead kid with a kite, Douglas protested. A heavy silence fell over the house, the kind of silence that comes right before everything goes wrong. And then the doorbell rang. Expecting someone? Douglas asked nervously. The bell rang again. Ellen walked to the door and opened it. Standing there was a hulking man. His clothes were ratty, stained, and behind his back, barely concealed, was a bloodied machete. Pardon me, ma'am. My car broke down. I was wondering if I could charge my phone in your house. Ellen began closing the door. Sorry, I don't think so. Well, I do think so. Ellen stumbled backward and fell to the ground. Who the hell is that? Douglas screamed through the phone. The drifter looked around confused. I'm a homicidal drifter. Who the hell are you? Where's that voice coming from? Ellen held up the phone. He's a killer hiding in my house, Douglas. Hiding? Where? The drifter asked nervously. And then the ghost boy spoke up. He's in the closet. The drifter's eyes went wide. What in the shit is that? I'm a ghost. I used to live here like 100 years ago. Oh, and let me guess. You don't want to play with me. Hell no, I don't want to play with you. What's going on in here? What's going on is no one will play with me, the ghost boy cried. For Christ's sake, no one's flying a kite at night, Douglas shouted. Give it up. And that's when the ghost boy began to cry. Not the cry of a scary specter, but the cry of a lonely child who'd been waiting 100 years for someone to play with him. Now you made him cry, Douglas, Ellen chided. Sorry if I'm a little on edge because you let a killer into the house, Douglas said. First of all, I didn't let him in, he busted in. It's true, I did, the drifter confirmed. Second of all, you're also a killer, Douglas. Touché, the drifter said, nodding appreciatively. Ellen continued, and third of all, don't say sorry to me, say sorry to the dead kid. There was a pause. Then through the phone came Douglas's voice, softer now. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you. The ghost boy smiled. For a moment, everyone seemed to calm down. The killer in the closet, the killer at the door, the woman, and the ghost. 4 souls, all just trying to navigate this bizarre night. But the universe wasn't done with them yet. The doorbell rang again. Don't! The 3 others shouted in unison, but Ellen was already opening the door. She peered outside. No one was there. Just a large wooden box on the front step. There's a box out here. There's no label or anything. I have a bad feeling about this box, the drifter said, his voice uneasy. I hate this box, the ghost boy said, floating backward, but Ellen ignored them. She carried it inside. The drifter wiped his machete on his pants and handed it to her. She popped open the top, reached inside, and pulled out a tattered clown doll with a sinister grin. What is it? What is it? Douglas yelled through the phone. Some sort of clown doll, Ellen said. The ghost boy began to cry. I don't want to play with a clown doll. Why don't we just put this thing back in the box before it gives us all nightmares, okay? The drifter pleaded. But Ellen had already found the string. She pulled it before anyone could object. The clown began to wheeze. Its eyes shifted from side to side, and from its open mouth came an eerily cheerful song. Welcome to my circus of fun. There's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to run. You're all my guests inside the big top. I'm going to kill you all, basically. The clown let out a terrible cackle. Really?